Hi everybody, we have another question that we're going to answer. A lot of people ask, what makes a good uke, a good training partner at a school? How do I become a better training partner for my practitioner friends and colleagues? An uke is just somebody, uke just means, it's a Japanese word, it means one who receives the technique. You have the uke and you have the tori. Both of those people work in harmony to make the technique work or to work on some sort of principle in the martial arts. And again, this does not just apply to this martial art. Being a good training partner in any system of martial art is crucial. You have to find a good training partner, and you have to, even more importantly, be a good training partner. I wrote a little list here of some do's and don'ts that I found over my years of experience. These things have helped me. A good training partner is always aware of safety. So if I'm going to pick a training partner, I'm going to pick someone who knows how to fall, who knows how to roll, so that if I throw them in some sort of lethal move that they can roll out of it safely. They're not going to break their neck or their shoulder. And also keeping in mind with safety is having partner preservation, meaning when I work with someone, I want someone who knows the limits of the human body, someone who understands anatomy, someone that's not going to break your arm when you're on the ground even after you're tapping. So I need to have someone that understands human anatomy and is very aware of our safety. They know where the walls are, they know where the obstacles are, so that we're not throwing each other into sword racks and things like that. Another thing you have to have with your uke is trust. Again, that goes with number one. I want to make sure that if I throw this person, I know he or she is going to soften. They're going to receive the technique. When I punch them or kick them or gouge them in the eye or whatever it is, they're going to know how to move their body and receive the technique without causing injury to themselves or me as well. Crucial thing about an uke is you need to have someone that gives you a good, authentic attack. Just last night in black belt class, we were, this is level 4 we're training in, and some people were giving like level 1 attacks. They were not attacking authentically. When I tell you to kick somebody, I mean I really want you to kick them. So you have to have someone who can punch you. And if you have an uke, a training partner, that if you don't move out of the way and they hit you in the nose, that's not their fault. That's a good training partner. That's someone I would want on my team. So when the teacher or your training partner says, give me a hook punch or get me in a headlock, really get him in a headlock, give him a hook punch. Make sure the attack is authentic, or you're just fooling around and being fake. And you want to keep your martial art training as real as possible. Having said that, you have to keep safety in mind as well. I want an uke who takes training seriously. He or she is not talking about what was on television last night or what they're going to have for dinner later in the middle of a technique. Our communication is almost strictly to the technique and what we're doing. You don't even have to talk much at all as long as you're respectful. Onegai shimasu, yes sir, yes ma'am, saying thank you and you're welcome, bowing and shaking hands. I'm not saying you can't have fun, because a lot of people's favorite training partners are the ones that they have fun with. They can laugh and joke, and they're so passionate about the martial arts that they have a great time. Time just flies by. But they take their training seriously. They know when it's crunch time that you're going to ground and pound if you need to the point where you're going to give some resistance to your friend. Most people don't like training partners who smell, who aren't clean. So make sure if you're a good uke, you should have your uniform clean. It's nothing worse than having someone get you in a headlock and they haven't washed their gi in 2 weeks and it's just rancid. It's gross. And make sure that you shower before you come in. You don't want to go running 15 miles and come in and train. That's not respectful to your partner. Make sure your breath is clean, your hands are washed. Extremely important. Especially in the wintertime where you're transferring germs, you want to make sure that your hands are cleaned before and after class. Being clean is a crucial part of any professional dojo. You want a training partner who resists you to a point. Not too much, but they know the mindset of an attacker. They know that when I say get me in a headlock, get me in a good headlock. Don't be weak. When I don't fall to the ground until I take you down, until I make you go down. I see a lot of martial arts where the training partner is thrown by this magical, invisible energy, and it's BS. It's not true. Make sure that when you take your opponent's balance, you take their balance. If you sweep their leg, you really sweep their leg. And of course, make sure you have safety padding underneath you so you don't throw your friend on the cement or the wood and break their back. You want a training partner to be a good uke. You want someone who communicates with you. Do they speak, or are they like the Walking Dead? You want someone who can talk and tap at the right time. So I don't want to feel this wet popping sound if I break your wrist because I went too far. I want an uke who taps at the right time but also has a high pain tolerance. You don't want someone who's too wimpy. Train with all kinds of people. To be a great martial art practitioner, you need to be a great uke, which means you need to volunteer to train and to offer your own body with all kinds of people, from strong people to small people, to thin people, to the fat and the large and the tall, and the ones that smell and the ones that are 70 years old and the ones that are 16 years old. You want to train with everybody possible, male and female as well. You want to train with all types of bodies. That way you know that you are well-rounded to defend yourself on the street. We have no clue who's going to attack us on the street, so don't always grab your best friend that's exactly the right build for you so you can throw him easily. Grab the guy that's 300 pounds of muscle. That will make you really sure if your technique is authentic and working. Be the one that everybody wants to train with. Are you the person at your dojo that everybody wants as a training partner? When they say get a partner, they kind of run to you and they're like, oh, I wanted to work with Tom, or I wanted to be Beth's training partner. I wanted to work with this person. At the same time, don't play favorites. When your instructor says get a training partner, you grab the person right next to you. Never disrespect and push someone away to go to your friend. That's not a good thing to do. So I want to be the one that everyone wants to train with. And how I get there is I practice rolling a lot. I practice tumbling. I'm flexible so that I can be thrown in any type of throw, and I have no fear of the ground. At the same time, I know anatomy very well. I know exactly how far to push someone's shoulder before it dislocates. I've had 2 back surgeries, so I know what it's like to be injured by being thrown. So I've taken care of that in my own training. And always, always be aware of safety. That's probably the number one thing. You do not want to be some sort of street punk that throws your friend off a building into dirt or something. Be intelligent. Those are the people that are unintelligent and that get really hurt or even killed in some cases. You have to take safety as an uke your number one priority. These are just a few tips. I'm sure I've missed many more. But to be a good training partner, you need to be a good friend who is trustworthy and someone that gives a really good attack. I hope this has helped today. If you have any other questions or comments, just give me a shout out at my email, or you can email us through the school. We get a lot of good questions all the time. We'll try to answer your questions to make your training a little bit smoother next time. Until next time, have a great day and be safe on the mat.